In this video, we will install MetalLB, which will provide our Kubernetes cluster with load balancer capability. So why do we need MetalLB? Kubernetes actually does not offer an implementation of network load balancer. In Kubernetes term, it is the service of type load balancer. But Kubernetes does ship with code that uses various IaaS infrastructure as a service platforms like Google Cloud, AWS, Azure. So if you are on an unsupported platform, mostly on bare metal or on premises, then the services of type load balancer will remain in the pending state forever. Here MetalLB provides an implementation of load balancer service. So to demonstrate that, we will deploy one web service, and we will expose that web service using the service type of load balancer. So cluster is up and running. I will deploy simple Nginx image. Container is being created. Okay, our deployment plot is up and running. Now let us expose this website port 80 as a load balancer. As you can see, our service type of load balancer is created, but the external IP is pending. If you keep on waiting, it will remain pending forever. So here MetalLB provides an implementation of the load balancer service. So you can use load balancer on premises or on bare metal. So let us install uh, MetalLB. But before that, let us delete the service. So let us go to the official installation document. So here they have some prerequisites. Let us go through that. So the main requirements are a Kubernetes cluster, which we have running version greater than 1.13, and cluster network configuration that coexists with MetalLB, that is fine, and some IPv4 addresses for MetalLB to hand out. So this needs to be some static IP in your network which MetalLB can use. So basically you have to reserve some blocks uh, that MetalLB can use. And since we are not using BGP mode, this is not required for L2 operating traffic on uh, this port. So this port needs to be opened on the firewall. Since we don't have firewall, so it's fine. Otherwise you can unblock this port from firewall. And we also should check the network add-on compatibility. Since we are using Calico, it's listed here as mostly. uh, so let us check the known issues that we can have with Calico. So as you can see, this is basically related to the BGP protocol, but since we are not using it, so it does not affect our cluster. One thing to note here, if you use Flannel, then it is uh, supported, but the thing with Flannel is it will not give you the flexibility of network administration like Calico does. So to move to the preparation part, uh, basically you have to check if your queue proxy is running in IPVS mode. If it's running in IPVS mode, then you have to enable strict ARP. So that is, you basically you have to set the strict ARP to true. So let us check that. Let me go to the node directly. Now here I will search mode. So as you can see, it's blank here, so that means it's not using IPVS. Otherwise, if you are using IPVS, then you have to set this strict ARP to true. Here they have provided some way to automate the process. If you need, you can use this. Now to install MetalLB, we need to apply this manifest. But it's always a good idea to open the manifest file if you're downloading it from the internet, uh, to just go through it. Uh, since we're using MetalLB, so we're already trusting them. But if you need to check if it will conflict with any of your production environment or anything, then you should obviously go through it. Now let us apply this manifest file. So they will store everything in this namespace MetalLB system. So let us get all the resources from there. So now everything is up and running, but it's not ready yet. We have to allocate some configuration for the IPv4 address. So if you go to the configuration section, then you will find this layer 2 configuration. Basically we have to provide the range of IP address that MetalLB can use. So we have to create one YML file and edit the network addresses based on our network availability. So I'll first copy this part. So I'll check what uh, network I'm using and the availability. So this is the master node, and I have set it up my network as, so this interface is used for communicating between all of the master node and worker nodes. And since this is using DHCP, we cannot actually use this. uh, MetalLB actually does not support DHCP yet, so we have to use some blocks that is statically assigned. So for this I'll be using this interface. So first let us check if this so let us check if this IP address can be accessed from outside. Since it is accessible from outside, we will be using this interface. Let us check the other IP addresses that being used by worker nodes, so that we will have idea which block to use as a free block. So this machine has 131, this one is 134, 132, 133. So we can safely use uh, from 1 to 100. So let us edit our configuration here. Sorry, one thing to note here, that I cannot use uh, the first IP address, as this is being used as the gateway address. So I can use it from 2. So now let's create this YML file and apply the changes. Now let's apply this. Create it. Since our deployment is already running, let us create that load balancer service agent. Now see, this time it got an external IP address instantly. Now let's check if this is working or not. Yes, our website is reachable from this IP address. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if this was useful to you. Thank you.